Start with where we've been all day. Calgary Flames are, they've now done it. They've announced Craig Conroy as the new general manager of the Calgary Flames, along with Dave Nonis is into the fold as the senior VP of hockey ops and assistant GM. That was, what was widely rumored all weekend around Flames land and Flames Twitter. This is interesting from Frank at the end. Belief is Jerome McGinley will also be in the fold, whether that's an advisor or a consultant. His name not in today's press release, so we'll wait and see. Now, they also didn't talk about anything on the coaching staff either. Not necessarily those two things are related, but it does raise an eyebrow. Is it in a year? Is it a role that hasn't been carved out yet? We know he's going to coach his son Joe this season before he goes to the Western League, so still a little intrigue left.
So I guess he doesn't want it that bad then.
Well, if they just drafted Joe, he'd be here already.
So
Rhett said that was going to be
it would be a nice touch if Joe was going to be here, could live at home with mom and dad. And
if only he had got drafted somewhere,
Yeah. Weird.
We can tell you the Wranglers season has come to an end. They fell in overtime in Game 5 in Palm Springs. The Coachella Valley Firebirds move on to the Western Conference Final. They hosted Game 5. It was insane. 1-0 Firebirds, 2-1 Firebirds, 3-2 Firebirds, 4-3 Firebirds, 4-4. Wranglers only lead of the game 5-4. They gave it away immediately, lose 6-5 in overtime.
Come on,
game.
Wolf.
Game after Wolf hangs a 27-save shutout, 6 in overtime. The series winning goal. So a great season comes to an end with a tough finish. On the road in that best of 5 where they were the upper seed but chose to start the series at home. Mitch Love is certainly all eyes on him now as apparently not just a candidate in Calgary. Also, Walker Duehr, Jacob Pelche, Dustin Wolf, have they graduated? Revisit in October, we'll tell you. That's the latest on that front. Matthew Coronado had a goal today at the World Championships. It was disallowed. We'd show you the video, but then they'd get pissy and strip it down off YouTube.
It's true.
Figure it out, IHF, you losers.
That's a good point by you, Pinder.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's go to the NHL.
Don't promote your own game.
Why would we want people talking about it and seeing the stuff that would draw intrigue and
poor idea
around the tournament?
Why
would we do that? This was the Florida Panthers a few months ago. Do you remember when Brooks Koepka was there? He lives in Florida, and Aaron Ekblad got torched on like a goal against, and he found a traffic cone. This is how things were going in Florida a couple months ago. They were out of a playoff spot. They needed Pittsburgh to lose games 81 and 82 against doormat teams, 2 of the worst 3 in the league, to get in. Pittsburgh obliged. Florida gets in. Let's check in on the Florida Panthers now, because they did squeak in, and they had the top-seeded Bruins. Let's see what Sasha Barkov's been up to. This is not from last night. This is the Game 2 in Carolina. You want to see a dirty dangle here? That is a fake cleaner and just absolutely undresses, I believe, Uncle Auntie Ranta, because it was Game 2. They'd win that game in overtime. Sounds like the old story, but it was the same story. Matthew Tkachuk in overtime, point to the exit. Let's get out of here. Yesterday, they win Game 3. They're a win away from a sweep to get to the Stanley Cup final. And again, Sergei Bobrovsky has not stopped being awesome since we started talking about him at the beginning of that Leafs series.
Talked to Jovo last night. Said the rink is wild.
And so here's the reset. Where we started was Koepka making fun of the Panthers. Here he is yesterday with, the Wanamaker Trophy as he just won the PGA Championship. There he is. Got the Panteros, and take a look. It's a Lamborghini jersey, Reds. 94.
Nice.
Are you kidding me? That's a jersey you'd be proud of wearing.
That's what people love. Some heart and soul.
Yes, a mucker for Brooks.
Well, we wouldn't want him, but
little life upgrade from traffic cone to PGA Championship trophy for Koepka in the suite. They're hot as hell. It's a hot ticket in Miami. So are the Heat. They're up 3-0 in the East Final as well.
He's a front runner.
I almost nothing against the Heat, because you know me, I'm a big hoops guy. But it would be much nicer for the Panthers not to have to compete with the NBA Finals.
The good news is one's in Miami and the other's closer to Fort Lauderdale. There's lots of ground to cover. But you're right. It's a magical run, but it's going to be every night for 2 weeks for these guys. Maybe
if
longer.
you don't have the Heat in the finals, then you've got about 8 million people cheering for you instead of 2.
100%. Okay, we'll move on. Tonight's contest. Vegas, they've got a couple overtime wins as well. They hit the road. They're heading to Dallas for game 3. This is a 6 o'clock Mountain start. There's the peak. Heiskanen, and is that Chandler Stevenson 20 or is that somebody else?
That's Chandler Stevenson.
He had a big goal.
He's had a hell of a playoff. That guy.
OT winner. What did they get him for? Like a 5th rounder?
It was not a lot. Couple
Nice
picks out of Washington.
That's where the old GM worked. Or seemed to work well. So that's the action tonight. We'll move along. The Oakland Athletics guys are fucking awful. Like incredible.
Hard not to pack it in when everyone you're moving, you owners, everything, they've all quit on you. So who, like, what's your motivation as a player?
The A's are 10-39. So for every loss for every win they get, they have 4 losses.
Best part of their season is the fact they've put in those 15-second clocks and it's speeding everything.
That's true.
up.
Yeah, there's not a lot. We can lose just quicker. We can get to Vegas sooner, it would feel like. More time away from this losing stadium with possums in the press box.
Good seats available.
Yes,
you
indeed.
liked watching
Sections available, Rhett.
the Boston Bruins historic season.
Yeah.
You can now this summer
right.
watch a historic season.
What a time to be alive.
What a time.
What a time indeed. Let's move. Calgary FC, Rhett. He scored and had a lead for the 6th game this year. Could they get a win? It's them. The foot soldiers losing their S. Big
Pointing.
The fellows 2-0. This is a lovely play. Ali Moosey heads this over. Meyer Bevan hammers it home. Lovely. Undefeated through 6, Rhett. You got to love it. 1 win and 5 draws. Which actually has been a decent spot in the table. More on them heading into this weekend where they're at it again. We'll get to later in the week. Elsewhere, other Calgary sports teams in action. The Calgary Roughnecks season comes to a close. Game 3 against stupid McBride and the Mammut. And that's Captain Jesse King waving to the fans. Season over. That's a tough way to go out. They lose 9-7 in game 3 of the best of 3 on home turf.
The Bandits chiropractor was all jacked up, pumped, had beer with him on Saturday night. He was ecstatic. We're going to watch the game. We're going to go to Calgary next weekend. What a clean, lovely, great city. You walk Stephen Ave.
Oh, big fan.
Lose.
I was going to Denver, which is still pretty nice.
A lot more.
It's pretty similar to Calgary, at least, I'm told.
Mushrooms. Free mushrooms in Denver.
Really?
Oh, yeah, all that stuff.
When are we going to Denver?
Soon.
Nice. Calgary Stampeders opened their preseason last night, and the Stamp social media team got a big W, as did the team. I like this tweet very much as they, reminded us that, yes, beating Edmonton on holiday Mondays never does get old. That, of course, a reference to the Labor Day Classic, which is awesome. They would win by a score that doesn't matter, but 29-24 on a rainy, meh kind of day in Calgary. Don't talk about the crowds. Season opener, June 9. And on Thursday's show, Retro, Jay McNeil, the new Vice President of Business Operations for the Stamps, going to join us. Tell us what's up with the Stamps this season.
Former player.
That's new gig. This is Rhett's, like Connie's coming in. Jay McNeil here.
It's all these athletes.
You watch your ass, Mike Board.
That's right. Look out.
Finally, last couple for you. Bruce Boudreau just felt like the common man, didn't he? Like a guy you could just relate to. Did you see this, Rhett? You're smiling. You've seen this, haven't you?
It's so good.
Gunther's tough. I know we could do better.
Kevin, Sam, you guys did okay out there. But I mean, you get knocked out of the ring, you don't stay out for 5 minutes. You weren't. And you can do it. I mean, next week when you're in Saudi, man, you can't afford to do that. And Sammy, we need you a little more active in the ring. You know, I thought you were trying to get the tag, but you weren't really, stretching that hard.
Jot some of this down. Active in the ring.
Well, you know what, you got to move a little bit more.
You got to want it, right?
If you don't want it, you got to really want it.
You got to really want it, Rhett. So Gabby is giving out pointers. WWE, what a fucking legend in a golf shirt with that huge boiler. Yeah. And then here's the action. Check out the shot right behind the announcer's table. Who's in row 1? This is
So good.
Like, is there another coach in the NHL we could even squint and pretend would do this?
The
This
best part that he's in there doing it.
Bruce, there he is.
Right? Kudos to the wrestler, WW, whatever it is, to get him out there.
It was partway through his run in Vancouver. Somebody asked him about wrestling. Like, I like that Kevin Owens guy. So they knew they had this going in. Is that going to get us flagged?
Oh, WWE? I don't think so.
For sure.
Really? No, they're promoters. They
got
get it.
flagged for
So
McCarty going through a table.
that was the
in
different
Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
A little social. That will be something to watch, though, Jacko. And that's I should have thought of that. I assume the WWE wants us talking about the WWE.
I think they like their content.
It's on their Twitter account, so that's where we got it. Don't put it on Twitter.
The McCarty.
Talking it. And finally, Rhett, you're a hypocrite.
Yeah, you are.
Don't put this bumper sticker on your car if you're going to behave the way you behave. Okay, it says quit texting and driving, and then look through the window. There's fucking Rhett texting while he drives.
Yeah, got your phone out,
asshole.
Now, voice to text. Voice to text. That's me.
Well, that's a thumb and nice nails, by the way. So that's sparkly pink.
And I hate dogs, so I would never have that.
Yeah, maybe that's not
dog.
you, after all. That's your Pinder report.
Brought to you by Village Honda. Get your piece of the $1 million buying event. Still looking for those used vehicles, looking to fill the lot. They got $1 million to do it. Tropical Cruise as well to boot if you buy your vehicle. Hey, how about that? What more do you need? VillageHonda.com is the website. They're your dealership for life, located in the Northwest Auto Mall.